If you like carrot cake, I know you'll love these chewy carrot cake sandwich cookies. They're loaded with flavor from toasted pecans, a pinch of fresh nutmeg, and filled with my #1 cream cheese frosting. We'll start by toasting 1 cup of pecans. Roast in the oven for about 6 to 9 minutes at 350 degrees. All ovens are different, so just keep an eye on them. You'll know they're done when they turn slightly darker brown and you begin to smell toasty pecans. Once cooled, finely chop and set aside. Next, you'll need 1 cup of freshly grated carrots. Measure and set aside. To a mixing bowl, add 1/3 cup plus 2 tablespoons of granulated sugar, 1/3 cup plus 2 tablespoons of packed brown sugar, 1 stick of softened unsalted butter, and 1 teaspoon vanilla. You can use a mixer if you'd like, but I prefer mixing small batches of cookies by hand using a blending fork. I'll post some of my most used kitchen items in the description below. If you love to bake, consider subscribing to my channel and be sure to hit the notification bell. Next, add 1 large egg and stir together well. And now for the dry ingredients. Add 1 1/8 cup flour. When I used a scale, it measured right at 148 grams. Next, you'll add 3/4 teaspoon cinnamon, 3/4 teaspoon ginger, 1/2 teaspoon baking soda, and 1/2 teaspoon of salt. Add freshly grated nutmeg to taste. I used about 1/2 teaspoon here. If you've never tried the freshly grated nutmeg, I highly suggest it. It makes a big difference and I think you're going to love it. Stir together with a fork just until the flour is almost mixed in. Try to avoid overmixing the dry ingredients. Overmixing the dough might cause your cookies to end up a little tough. This next ingredient is optional, but I add it every time. 1/2 cup of chopped raisins. Add the cup of carrots we grated earlier. And 1 cup of toasted chopped pecans. Mix together just until blended. Again, try not to overmix the dough. If you love homemade chewy cookies, you might want to check out one of my top videos for chewy pumpkin cookies. I'll put the link for the recipe in the description. Switch over to a spatula and make sure everything is mixed in well. I'm using a number 50 scoop to place the dough balls onto a parchment-lined baking sheet. Each scoop is about 1 1/4 tablespoons. If you have an extra large baking sheet, you can fit 16 cookies per sheet. The cookies do spread as they bake, so to be on the safe side, I would say bake 12 per sheet. Bake in a preheated 375-degree oven for about 13 minutes. All ovens are different, so just keep an eye on them. So this is what can happen if you bake too many cookies on one sheet. If they happen to touch as they're baking, no problem. Just separate with a butter knife while they're still warm. Also, you can reshape your cookies using a large round cookie cutter while they're still warm. And next we'll prepare the filling. I'd like to share my #1 cream cheese frosting recipe that I use for cupcakes, tiered cakes, layer cakes, and carrot cake sandwich cookies. It's a simple and easy recipe that starts with 1 stick of unsalted butter, softened, and 1 8-ounce block of softened cream cheese. Be sure to use a large mixing bowl. You'll see why in just a little bit. Next, add 1 teaspoon of vanilla. Start mixing on low speed, then gradually increase to medium-high until everything is blended together well. And for the last ingredient, powdered sugar. For best results, use a kitchen scale. I'm adding about 19.5 ounces here. That's 553 grams, which is roughly about 5 cups of powdered sugar. This might seem like a lot, but just take your time and gradually mix in the powdered sugar. Using a hand mixer, sometimes cream cheese icing can be a little tricky. It might like to try to climb up the beaters, but I found a trick. Use a large, deep mixing bowl, add the powdered sugar all at once, and you'll gradually work your way from the top to the bottom of the bowl with the mixer. Swirl the beaters around in the bowl and gradually mix in the powdered sugar just a little bit at a time. If you're using a stand mixer, you don't have to worry too much about it. Just gradually increase your speed as you mix. At this point, you may think the icing looks a little dry, but just keep mixing. It'll all come together in just a minute. When using cream cheese icing, you'll need to keep your items chilled. Once the cakes, cupcakes, or cookies have been frosted, keep chilled until about an hour before serving. This makes plenty of icing to fill the 15 sandwich cookies we have here, plus you'll have a little extra left over. I love the texture of this frosting, and it's so easy to work with. I've used this recipe for tiered wedding cakes, and it also pipes well too for birthday cakes and handwriting. You can sandwich your cookies together with frosting using a spatula, or you can use a disposable icing bag. Just fill the bag, snip the tip, and this will make the job go so much faster. If you like carrot cake, I know you're going to love this recipe. You'll love the toasted pecans and that little bit of fresh nutmeg. They're chewy, they're filled with cream cheese frosting, those toasted pecans and fresh nutmeg. I know you'll love this recipe. If you give it a try, let me know in the comments what you think. I like to individually wrap these when I'm taking them to a party. This is a great way to keep your cookies fresh, and it's a nice way to package for a party favor. I'll leave a link below for the bags and twist ties I'm using in the video. Remember, with cream cheese icing, you need to chill any leftovers that you have. Just bring to room temperature for about 30 minutes to an hour before serving. Be sure to visit my channel for more great recipes, and if you like what you see, please share it with your family and friends. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.